a lot of criticism maybe comes from like places of insecurity, of like wondering of what this alternate life path would be for you had you done it.
Like a city letting you go is like a beautiful thing if it can like welcome you back as well.
There's always going to be questions. You just have to kind of try something and try and figure it out as you go.
I think the whole point of the exhibition is like not that it's declaring anything. It is kind of like just exploring the search. There's no real answer at the end of the day, you know. There's no like definitive way of how you should live your life.
What made you feel like now is a prevalent time to talk about Irish emigration?
We're like not at the same stage that like older generations were at the same age.
Yeah.
We're kind of like regressing, breaking out of that desire that most people have.
I think the first time I moved away, I was probably a bit of an anxious person. I'm probably like anxious to move away. But then I did it and there was this like adrenaline thing about like not knowing anyone, not knowing the place. Everything's kind of exciting and like scary, but also kind of exciting.
It's so scary when you move away first, and like that first week, so I was like alone in the apartment. I had like really bad insomnia. I was nervous about the whole thing, but it was like such a make or break moment. Like I feel like those experiences are like so important.
Decide who you are because like you're the only one telling people who you are. Like nobody, it's not like you're meeting a friend through a friend and they have already heard about you or people know you through someone else. You've got to like tell people who you are.
Yeah. But I think there is such a desire when you move away, it's like to recreate yourself.
Yeah, I wasn't that opposed to staying at home.
Yeah.
But then there was something like, ooh, adrenaline rush again to move away.
So much freedom, so much liberation when you move away, and you can just like restructure like your whole personality, and you can like, it's just so like pliable.
If you live in the same place for a number of years and you kind of fall into your tendencies and your life and your routine, maybe like as you change as a person, because your surroundings are the same, they remain the same, and then you kind of stay the same. And then it's almost like all these different opinions that you've developed and maybe not expressed, you move to a new context where you can kind of just like bloom or whatever, do that.
Yeah, I mean, I think you even said that to me before. Like when I came back to Venice, back from Venice, you were like, each case, like you're a bit of a different person, whatever. And like I think in like the space of 2 years, I'm like way more sure of myself. And maybe the same thing would have happened if I stayed at home, but I'm not sure if it would have happened as fast.
Yeah. When you get to a certain age, there's just like a desire to like break free. It's like a mission. Like moving away, it's like a whole like episode. It's like, I feel like it's a narrative. It's kind of like a story that you're living as well. Like you're telling like a story about yourself.
I think when I moved to other places and lived in smaller cities in Europe, I felt like anonymous, and that kind of scared me almost. I didn't speak the local language. I felt out of place. I felt kind of like something could happen to me and no one would care because I'm here, weirdly like existential from like not having these social connections that I'm entwined in.
Yeah.
But for some reason in New York, there's so many people and you're so anonymous and you can be screaming on the subway and no one cares. But that's like, for me, weirdly like a peaceful thing in my mind.
Switch up.
Switch up. What's the name of the coffee again?
Giddy up.
Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up. Giddy up coffee. Giddy up coffee. Giddy up coffee. Giddy up coffee.
I can't hear what you're saying, but the camera can.
Should we have... No, Elliot took the crisps and hummus. No!
Oh, no.
Beetroot hummus.
Beetroot hummus, damn.
Damn.
Before you first planned to move away, anything you were particularly scared of about leaving Dublin?
I don't think I was ever really nervous to leave. I was so excited to go to Venice. Like, I was so excited to live there. I was happy to be on my own there. Maybe I hadn't spent much time on my own before that. I feel like if I just like disappeared at home in Dublin for like, you know, like a day, like go out for the day, everyone would be like, is everything like okay? Like, what are you doing?
So many texts.
So many texts like, hey, just where are you? You're not at home. Yeah. So like that freedom, I guess, is a cool thing. Elliot's coming back.
It's coming back. It's a drop off.
He was just dropping the
Wow. That guy rocks.
And
What's
you
that?
got us some mini sausage rolls.
Ah, not for me, not for me.
Veggie.
Veggie!
No, they're not veggie.
Ah, shit. Yeah!
Nurtured hummus.
Waitrose, cold mini sausage rolls. What are you rating that down?
Honestly, like a solid 7.
Solid 7. They look pretty fucking good.
They're actually pretty good.
You get the chance to kind of go back to Dublin often enough and stay connected with your life there. What do you notice and observe? Do you notice many changes when you go back each time?
Nothing really seems to have changed that much when I go home. And like, there's obviously things that I'm not as involved with, which I've got to like accept. Like, there's things that'll happen in my friends' lives, like the little things I try and keep pretty up to date, but like the little things that are going, but like the actual city itself in my head hasn't really changed that much. My like desire to go home, it hasn't really stopped me from doing anything or like stopped me living the life here that I want to live now. And I actually think it's more comforting because anything that goes wrong here, it just feels like it's not a forever thing. It gives me more power just to do things now. And like if things happen and like they work out, then I've done them.
Yeah, I feel like that's what youth should be like. I also find it kind of weird that like people don't feel like that.
Yeah.
It should be it should be messy. It should be like open-ended and like,
Yeah.
it's not linear.
This
kind
is
of all
something
over
that
the
I'm
place.
doing now.
Yeah.
This is a cute new angle. In case it falls in. Well, it'll be a great shot.
Are you sure?
It's on a tripod. Unless someone runs up and pushes it in.
Yeah. I think I'm on. What if like a really big wind comes?
It's not a very windy day.
It's just that it's on like a slope.
Yeah, it doesn't look great.
Just move it in a little bit, no?
No, it was a really nice angle. What do you remember about like your emotions the last couple of days you had in Dublin before leaving and the first couple of days in Paris?
Well, it was like a mixture of nervous and excitement like when you're moving anywhere. Definitely fear. There was like an implicit kind of fear of being in a place where like you have a very basic grasp on the knowledge. I only knew one person there, my housemate. So it was kind of terrifying.
Yeah.
And the first week or so, no, the first few months actually, I had insomnia. I couldn't sleep. I slept pretty badly. I would sleep only like a few hours at night and I'd be so like exhausted in the day. And I was like having real itches with it. And then the only way I fixed it was I started writing down in a journal. I started like writing about just kind of like stream of consciousness, like scrambled thoughts and everything. But it was the only thing that really fixed it. The sleep up here.
Do you ever reread what you wrote at that time?
Yeah, it's really interesting actually. When you're in that zone, you're just like scribbling really fast. It's illegible. There's a lot of it is just like unreadable almost. You can really tell like the mental state. You can really like you can tell a state you're in based on the legibility of what you wrote down. But it's really fascinating to go back, and it's like a document.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
Do you ever find yourself like shocked by the fact you ever felt such a way?
It's ridiculous. You read stuff back, even like the next day, even like when you write it, and the next day you read back, it's like what? But I'm like so happy that I did that, and I went through something that is like quite difficult at the time. It wasn't like entirely, it wasn't like that bad. I remember like.
Yeah.
How long after returning to Dublin did you think you knew you wanted to leave again?
Ah, like instantly. Coming back kind of felt like a regression. You know that something else is out there that's like so much more exciting.
Sometimes it feels like more my real life. And this is like not my real life.
Yeah.
Even though like the people here are very much people in my life, and like
Yeah.
I'm not like I'm living a life with friends, and like, but something about it doesn't necessarily
it's
feel like
interesting.
my real life.
That's interesting because when I lived in Dublin, it didn't feel like my real life.
Do you guys think you're proud to be Irish?
Oh yeah, for sure. I love being Irish.
The Irish people are like the best ambassadors for a country, and we're talking about this thing. No, seriously, like heritage. Like we're a tiny country, and we're everywhere, and like people know Irish people as like good people, knows Ireland as like this like really good place, and even if people have had to leave, or like left because like they couldn't afford to live there, or left because of like famine or whatever, they're still talking about Ireland in such like a positive way that the whole world really likes Ireland.
Oh, I got pins and needles.
Oh, you gotta stand up, buddy.
You gotta stand up.
Stand up.
Oh, it's good to look for 'em.
Where'd you have the pins and needles? In your hand. Okay, then maybe you don't need to stand up. Barbican, barbican, we love the barbican. Barbican, barbican, I love the barbican.
Like a little music video.
Yeah, we're not.
Wait, I want to
think
do
we're
a
losing.
final question. Question. I want to do our
Oh, I can hold it. Wow.
of these months that we've kind of put into thinking about this theme of Irish emigration, what kind of final questions that you're left with? I think from all these interviews that like a lot of criticism for either someone who didn't emigrate, who has critiques for people who have left, people who did emigrate who have critiques for people who decided to stay and chose a more comfortable, easier life, maybe comes from like places of insecurity, of like wondering of what this alternate life path would be for you had you done it. So when someone looks at someone who moves to London and goes like, oh, why are they doing that? Everything's fine here. There's a bit of them that's thinking, what would have happened had I gone? And vice versa. Someone in London's thinking, what would my life in Dublin be had I stayed? And I think at the end of the day, no one has it figured out. We're all just kind of like trying something. At least by experimenting and going abroad, obviously it's the choice the three of us all made. Hopefully you're then left with not wondering what if I did go, but you are left wondering what if I'd never left. There's always going to be questions. You just have to kind of try something and try and figure it out as you go. What was like Sophie's last line in her letter? Kind of like,
Searching for something and you don't know what it is.
yeah.
It's amazing, man. I think the whole point of the exhibition is like not that it's declaring anything. It is kind of like just exploring the search for something. There's no real answer at the end of the day, you know. There's no like definitive way of how you should live your life, or like should you stay or should you go. It's all kind of a mess, but I think that's kind of reflected in like the work and in like the different viewpoints as well, the different angles that people come at it with is so varied. And it's kind of beautiful.
My thoughts are summed up thoughts that like a city letting you go is like a beautiful thing if it can like welcome you back as well. Like a city like letting you go and leave and learn things, but then you holding on to this like love for it and wanting to come back, like a bit of a boomerang thing. And maybe like you've learned things that you want to bring back to that place, or you've learned that you love that place so much that you don't want to be apart from it for that long. But leaving isn't like a problem. I don't think leaving's a bad thing. I think leaving's actually a really good thing. But it is a bad thing if you want to go back and you can't go back. If there's something like stopping you there. Maybe like we've got to think as like a city or like a country, like are we like welcoming and encouraging people back? If we don't, like, if there isn't a way that everyone feels like they can come back, then that could be a problem.
And the fact that we don't mind.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Perfect ending.
Ciao. Adios.
Ciao, chat.